welcome along to the preview. Only 3 more of these left after today. It's come around so quickly. Wow. The 45th game of the season. Out of the 48 that we'll play. I hope it's a lot more than 48 next season. I hope it's at least 51. The playoffs, getting to the playoff final and stuff. But I'd also, I'd like a bit of a cup run next year in the FA Cup. Not too fussed about the Carabao Cup. It can get in the bin. But I'd love a run in the FA Cup. Everyone remembers an FA Cup run more than they do a Carabao Cup run. Marcus, 48 games plus the Carabao and FA Cups, pal. Yeah. I am on it. My folders on my computer are the most organised things in the world. If I show you this, right? I'll share my screen here. My thumbnails folder. Everything is numbered. Every single game is numbered. I kid you not. Every single game. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. I love a good bit of organisation. You should see my college folders if you want to see organised, mate. Oh my God. Now I'll get one out. This is after 2 terms and 1 lesson of geography. It is organised. It's absolutely spick and span, but it also weighs about 1,000 tons. So is this plastic wallet breaking? Oh dearie me, we've got a bit of movement on the old plastic wallet front. That's not very good. But no, this weighs it weighs quite a lot. It weighs quite a lot. So that's my heaviest folder by an absolute country mile and a little bit more. Massive tangent there, but that's what you tune in for on these previews. You tune in, yes, we'll get through the content, but yes, I go off on larger tangents than, well, what Ashley and Marcus are going to have to draw on a circle in the next few weeks with their exams. Yeah, wow. When am I commenting? What do you mean, pal? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean, Jensen. I'm sorry. Hi, Ashley. I reckon. Ooh, some good games tonight. Some very good games tonight. I think it's got to be Burnley, Rotherham, or Sunderland, Huddersfield. Ashley, I'm going to be honest. Because Huddersfield they're driving away now. They are driving away now. Let's have a look. Owen sent this message half an hour ago. He's buzzing about Sean McLaughlin putting pen to paper. That is significant. Sean McLaughlin putting pen to paper on a new deal is significant. It's going to be the first of a few, I feel. There's still Vaughan Colville, I think, who will sign a new deal. Louis as well, I think he'll stay. Doc, Callum Elder, we've used his option, so he has to sign a new deal if he's going to stay. Alfie Jones. So this is all to be revealed. It's a long list. All right, it's a long list, and it's slowly but surely coming down. I think we can definitely say that Nathan Baxter's loan to buy deal will not be used. The same can be said for Salaru Ladham Hand. Billy Chadwick, he's doing really well at Boston. Don't know what's going to happen with him. Louis Charlton, he signed a new 6-month extension in January. What's going to happen to him? There's Connolly, Darlow and Malcolm here on loan. Dimmy here on loan as well. What's going to happen with him? Tyler Smith, what's going to happen to him? And then more or less the entire under-23s team are out of contract. You know, there's Vaughan Coville, like I say, who is, let's face it, first team. But then there's Louis Charlton, Billy Chadwick, Harry Fisk, Ollie Green, Sincere Hall, Josh Hines, Will Jarvis, Jake Leake, Harry Lovick, Tom McCauley, Tom Nixon, not Demetrius Balkas, he's not under 23s, Matt. He's not under 21s, my God. Dave Robson, who sort of transcends the two. Macca Snellgrove, Alfie Taylor. Yeah, wow. Harry Wallace. Excuse me, and Harry Wood as well. There's a lot out of contract. There's a hell of a lot out of contract. And, well, I don't want that under-23s team to be decimated. I'd love to see Greeny stay. He is a brilliant lad, but that's all to be decided. Let's have another look through. Jensen, how Joe Tag is the best in the world. Lewis, I'll check my DMs in a moment. And then we've seen all of these. Ollie, no, get Coyle out. Look, Louis, I'm not sure. Ollie, I'm not sure what more you want Louis Coyle to do. He's filling in for Cyrus. He's playing through 2 cracked ribs. He's putting himself through the pain. He's coping with the pain barrier. And he is a deputy for Cyrus Christie. But for this football club, he's putting his body on the line. He's playing through pain when realistically he shouldn't have to. In any other season, Louis Coyle with 2 cracked ribs could just sit out the rest of the season and it'd be fine. But this isn't any normal season. I saw Hull Live did some maths earlier, and it's at least like 200 games that the players have missed collectively through injury this season. And they've got figures wrong and not included certain players in quite a lot of that. They've not included Salah. And for the time he was here, he missed more or less every single game. No, not more or less. From when he signed, he did miss every single game. So, yeah, well. Ollie says if he's injured, he shouldn't play then. Elder right back, Greaves left back. McLaughlin and who at centre half? Because Rosenior said he doesn't just want to hand debuts out. He wants the players, he wants the young lads to deserve it. He doesn't just want to put it on a plate for them. Exactly, Sonny. Coyle gets far too much hate. He gets far too much hate. Same with Ingram. Like, yes, Darlow is a better keeper than Ingram, and that is so clear. But Ingram's not bad. Ingram is not bad at all. And Jeff puts it greatly. Coyle putting in a good shift. He is. He is putting in a good shift. He's captain of this football club for a reason. And he's leading by example by putting himself through the pain barrier. And he's doing incredibly, incredibly well. What are my thoughts on young Harry Vaughan? Oh, Harry. I love him to pieces. He's such a lovely bloke. He's such a lovely kid. Yeah, wow. What can I say? I think so highly of the kid. Me and him, we get along quite well. I think that's fair to say. And he is... camera. And he is phenomenal. Like I say, just as a person, he's brilliant. But as a footballer, and the way he's carried himself since he's come in, he was expected to just, to finish his trial and just stay in the 21s. But he's impressed and he's worked so hard. He's got his opportunity playing in the Championship, and he's going to keep that spot. And, like I say, I love him to pieces. I absolutely love him to pieces. And that's not in a weird way, just as in I'm so happy to see him do well, because the way he's handled himself since he's come in, he deserves every success that comes his way. And my God, will there be a lot of successes. The next KLP, I don't want to put too much pressure on the lad just yet, but I think I agree with Sonny. He's definitely going to be a future star. Keno is such a high bar because of the fact he played one full season and then got a move for nearly 20 million quid to the Premier League and in a team that's challenging for Europe. Yes, he's not playing, but he's still in and around. And that is such a high bar. But there's no reason that if Harry continues the way he is progressing, that he can't match that. Because he's doing everything right. He's doing absolutely everything right. What happened to Jones? Let's talk about what happened to Jones. Him with a quad problem. Figueiredo with some swelling around his knee. Estupinian with some swelling around his ankle. And Aaron Connolly with still recovering from that broken toe. Will all miss the trip to the Riverside. Longman is available after recovering from his dead leg, which forced him off in the last home game against Millwall. Christie, Colville, both knee injuries. Ben Tete with his hamstring and Nathan Baxter with his ankle problem all remain unavailable. So, yeah, gutting for Alfie. Absolutely gutting for Alfie. But he's also given an opportunity to another Alfie. And, if Alfie Taylor gets on the pitch, which I think he will do at some point, he deserves to be there. Him and Andy Smith are, they're two big hopes from centre half. This football club is Jevon Mills as well, who is thought of so highly. Then plus you can't forget Jack Leckie there as well, and Stan Ashby. Stan Ashby's a centre half coming through. He's getting a scholarship at the end of this year. So yeah, look, there's a hell of a lot of good players coming through. Lewis, I've forgotten to have a look. How are we going to survive without Figs? Oh, no, he's such a crucial player for us, isn't he? He's such a crucial player. Oh, yeah, Lewis, sorry, I've only just seen your message, pal. Sure. I'm just going to put... Just hang on, everyone. Right, I think that's right, mate. I think that's right for you, Lewis. Right, while we're waiting for Lewis to arrive, let's have a look at Ref Watch, shall we? Where the referee is Andy Davis, the two liners are James Wilson and Dan Leach. The fourth official is Darren Bond. We'll make some more progress while we're at it. Why not? Stats taken from the Blackburn game, where the possession I think is fair, but attacking wise, we more or less matched them on shots, give or take 3. And we had more shots on target than them. They had our problem of not being clinical. We created less than them, had more shots on target. But Ali should have scored. He should have scored, but then the clearances came in dividends. You could tell when Ozan Tufan came off that Rosie was just settling for the point. And you know what? Fair play to the guy. Fair play. Yeah, totally Totally fair. Clinging on, don't matter. Does not matter. Lewis, I can see you will just get through head-to-head where Borough in their last game, and we'll touch on their current form in a moment, and they had Zach Steffen in goal as per. The full-backs were Tommy Smith and Ryan Giles, 2 centre-halves, Paddy McNair and Dara Lenihan. 2 holding midfielders, were Johnny Howson and Hayden Hackney. Hayden Hackney, coming young lad, done really, really well this season for Middlesbrough. On the right, they had Marcus Force, who is now injured, I believe. He did come off with an injury. I'm more or less certain of it. And then they had Aaron Ramsey playing on the other flank with Akpom and Archer up top. Chuba Akpom scoring goals for fun. Of course, Michael Carrick in charge. Alan Fettis. I think Alan Fettis used to play for City, you know. I'm more or less certain Alan Fettis used to play for City. Yes, he did. He played for us. Wikipedia says he played for us from 91 to 96 and then 2003 to 2004. Northern Irish International, of course. Says league appearances. He made 135 in his first spell, scoring twice, and made 20 league appearances following that in his second spell, not scoring that time. Poor from Alan Fettis, that. Very, very poor from Alan Fettis, not scoring in 20 games. Unbelievable. Jensen, I'm not going midweek away days, so I'm going to be fulfilling the chant. If you're watching on the telly, you're a naughty word. Lewis, welcome!
Welcome. Well, yeah, hello.
How are you, mate?
I'm good. And yes, indeed, I will be in the Riverside chanting that Zap chant. If you're watching on the telly, you're a you know what.
Well, I said this exact phrase to my mate Josh over message yesterday. He asked me if I was going. I said, I'm not, mate. I'm fulfilling the chant. If you're watching on the telly, you're a naughty word. He put, haha, yeah, well, I couldn't find a bigger to put it that way.
Oh, God. In all fairness, I'll put my hands up. I nearly was one of them. I already decided to go on Sunday, I think it was. Yeah, Sunday.
See you later, Ollie. Luton tickets. That website's going to crash, innit?
It's not even that. The prices. The
prices are
high.
Interesting, aren't they?
Interesting. That's a nice word. That's a nice word.
All right, I'll rephrase. Those prices are fucking atrocious.
Yes.
See, I had a go at Sunderland for it, and I'm going to give Luton the same treatment. Come on. It's a bank holiday, last game of the season. Why is it 30 quid for adults?
It's okay. I just bought a 29 quid adult ticket for thingy. Because bloody Middlesbrough have 3 categories.
Yeah, it's like adult under 18s and under 10s, isn't it?
Why did I have to turn 18 this year? Why did I have to turn 18 this year?
I turned bloody 17 this year. I've now got to pay because I'm not under 17 anymore. I've got to pay 9 quid more.
I've got to pay 21 quid for Luton. 21 quid.
You see,
I don't know if I have that in my bank account after frigging Wednesday night after I need to get a taxi home. My
mate who I'm going with, she doesn't turn 17 until the day after the game. So she gets away with it for 12
She's
quid.
lucky.
She's done very well out of that. Good evening, Gracie, if you're watching. Don't think she will be. But
Joe, get in there. Joe, you're getting in there, right?
Pardon?
You're getting in there with the women.
Shut up. Everything, Lewis, you know so little about me, about what I do off camera, mate, and that's for a reason. Everything on any front stays private. God. Anyway, let's move on. Borough's form. You took that down a path, Lewis. Thank you, mate.
I can't say much anyway, sir, but yeah. Less said the better. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's send the better point. So our our form then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unbeaten in our last 5, but 4 of them draws. 1-1 against Reading, which should have been a win. 0-0 against Rotherham, which arguably should have been a win. Sunderland 4-4, fair result. That could have gone either way. We beat Millwall, then 0-0 to Blackburn. I think that's a fair. Excuse me. I think that's a fair result. Borough 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4-0 win over Preston. Defeat to Huddersfield and Burnley. Draw to Bristol City, then back on track. And with a 5-1 win against Norwich, in which they were sublime, by the way. We'll have a look at the league table together. And Borough have slipped away. They've had a poor run of form recently, including those 2 defeats and draw in the last 5. But it extends more than that by a couple of games. And that means the gap to Sheffield United has cut from about 3 or 4 points to 8. Has grown, sorry. And instead it's Luton who have boosted them up, who have overleaped them into 3rd place at the moment. So they're a good team, aren't they, Borough? They've been the 2nd best team in the league ever since Michael Carrick took over. And the rise they went on, when we played them at the MKM last time out, they were in 21st in the league. They were below us at that point. And wow, how they have flown up the table. Looking further down at the playoff fight, it's still really tight. I think realistically, Watford is the cut-off point. Sorry, Swansea, but I don't think you're bridging that gap. And Swansea aren't that good. But they still beat us 3-0. Well done, Figueiredo. We sit in 15th now. Season's all but done for us, isn't it? Not on the beach yet, but looking down at the relegation zone, I think Huddersfield have started to pull away. Those 3 wins have done them very, very nicely. And I think at the moment, if any team that is outside of the bottom 3 is going to get sucked into it, it's going to be QPR.
QPR Cardiff.
See, at least with Cardiff, you can sort of see where they're going to get a win from, as evidenced by the fact they have won 1 in their last 5. Has Gareth Ainsworth even won a game yet? Yeah, they beat Watford 1-0.
He's done. At least QPR would say he's somewhat done better than Critchley.
QPR have won 1 game since Gareth Ainsworth took over.
How many did they win in the Critchley?
Oh, God, I've got to go miles back here. When did Neil Critchley first take charge? No, that's still Michael Beale there.
Honestly, it was just after Christmas, wasn't it? I think.
That's Michael Beale.
Was it just after Christmas, I think?
11th of December. That's the temporary manager. Neil Critchley took over on his first game was on the 17th of December.
Right.
Gareth Ainsworth's first game was when was Gareth Ainsworth's first game? Gareth Ainsworth's first game was on the 25th of February, right? So from the 17th, they won 1.
They've won 2 then in half
They've
season.
won 2 games
in half season
since Michael Beale took over. Since Michael Beale, sorry.
They're going down. They're going down. They're going down.
See, have they even right? No, did they? Right, when was their championship game? They played on the 12th of November, didn't they? Yeah. Oh my God, they have slumped. They have done a Hull City under Grant McCann in that season.
Well, there were playoffs under Beale.
They were top of the league at one point. Critchley killed QPR. By the time they'd had enough of him, they couldn't appoint a decent manager like they could have done when Beale left. City have a 28% chance of winning tomorrow.
I want to know how you know that.
I don't know where you've got that from, pal. What's the old Gits price for Luton? Jeff, I'll have a look for you. I think...
Well, the 65, I think it's like 23.
So, over 65 is 24. Over 75 is 21.
That's a bit mean, and they've set the under 18 prices. They've set the under 19 prices the same as over 75. Do you have me on?
I like that coaches leave at 9:30 though. They left at 8 o'clock last year.
Oh, thank God. We won't get that 12:30 this time. Get it? No, actually. 11:30, should I say. That was a boring 2 hours.
You got home at 11:30?
No, we got
Luton?
to Luton like 11:30. So
Oh, right.
I don't remember if I got home.
Was that with a stop?
Yeah. It was either 11:30 or 12 we got there. I know we got there stupidly early. Like stupidly early.
God. My God. Wow. Yeah. Well, thank God we're not going at 8 o'clock then, eh?
Just a bit, yeah.
Reading was 8 o'clock though, wasn't it? And that's about the same distance as Luton.
I don't remember what time Reading was.
I was going to do Reading, but I just couldn't be bothered. Simon, welcome to the live, pal. Beale leaving was like Grzycki and Bowen leaving us. Genuinely. Michael Beale leaving absolutely finished.
Murdered them.
QPR this season. Absolutely finished them. Around the grounds kicking off in just short of a minute and a half. Well, just over a minute and a half. Sheffield United versus Bristol City. Sunderland versus Huddersfield. Stoke versus Wigan. Rotherham versus Burnley. Blackpool versus West Brom. In about 15 minutes, there's Millwall versus Birmingham. And tomorrow, in 24 hours' time, Blackburn face Coventry. QPR, speaking of the Devils, face Norwich. Swansea play Preston. Watford play Cardiff. And then at 8 o'clock, 2 games. Reading face Luton. And we play the Borough at the Riverside, near the Steelworks. All that malarkey.
Can we not mention tonight's 8 o'clock, please? I find it disgusting. I find it disgusting how Sky have put this game over Burnley game when they could be champions.
Yeah.
I find that absolutely disgusting.
Complete joke, innit? Complete joke.
I have to watch it on Red Burn when it's probably about 4 minutes behind the actual game.
In about 144p.
Yeah.
With one camera angle.
With one camera angle, no substitutions, no added time. Useless.
Just got a clock.
Yeah.
Got a clock and a scoreboard, that's it.
Where is it? There it is.
Well, am I still going to Luton, Simon? Yes, I am. Yes, I am still going to Luton. If the website doesn't crash, burn and explode while I'm trying to book tickets.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm so scared that I won't get tickets because guess what? They're trying to put it at 8:30. Bloody college starts at 9:15. Love life.
Well,
I might speak to my dad and see if he can sort it.
It's quite lucky, actually. My free morning at college is a Thursday morning.
I'm so tempted to ask my dad to log into my account and do it for me. So tempted.
I'm doing a charity thing, even in college, though. But it's all right, I can just sit on a laptop and sort it all out.
Oh, good for you. This lesson.
So, yeah, wow.
I should be able to get tickets. I don't ever.
982 tickets. Was it Who was it who said they increased the allocation in the group chat earlier? Was it Alex?
Apparently once they set it out, they put it to 1.1.
Just give us the 1.1k anyway.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know.
Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Sigh. Luton, if they go up, by the way, they've got to spend 10 million on their stadium alone to bring it up to standard.
Oh yeah, they need to probably improve the toilets and all the frigging floodlights and crap like that.
Basically everything. Memorable match was our last trip to the Riverside just over a year ago. We sat and defended forever, and Keane Lewis Potter took advantage of Joe Lumley being a dog shit goalkeeper, and we ended up winning it 1-0. Our team that day was Matt Ingram in goal. Back three that day was Alfie Jones, Sean McLaughlin, and Jacob Greaves. Wing backs were Fleming and Longman, with Smallwood and Slater in the midfield. Honeyman and Lewis Potter behind. Syed Manesh up top. Bench, Baxter, Elder, Doherty, Tyler Smith, Huddleston, Bernard, and Marcus Force, with Shutter Avalanche in charge. Chris Wilder was Borough manager. At this point, they had Aaron Connolly. Excuse me. They had Aaron Connolly up top that day, and he did absolutely nothing. I hope he comes back into fitness before the end of the season, however unlikely it may be. And last time out against Borough, I mentioned it earlier, it was Andy Dawson's last game in caretaker charge. Liam Rossini was sat in the stands with Adjun watching it. 3-1 defeat. Tuber Akpom gave Borough the lead. Half an hour later, plus half time, so 45 minutes later, Cyrus Christie levelled it. 3 minutes later, own goal, Figueiredo. And 20 minutes after that, Christie own goal. Keep putting those nails in our coffin. Our team that day was Nathan Baxter in goal. The back four was Christie, Figueiredo, Greaves and Fleming. Woods, Seri and Tufan the midfield three. Slater and Doherty wide with Oscar up top. The bench was Ingram, Coyle, Jones, Cynic, Longman, McLaughlin and Pelkas, with Andy Dawson in charge. This was one of Michael Carrick's first games in charge of the Borough.
Wasn't it?
Say that again, Lewis.
That's right. What is his first game?
Was it his first game?
I think so.
Well, it might have been his first game. Who knows? Record against Borough, 3 wins out of our last 5 against them. But cheers for coming in while I'm streaming, Dad. You can full well hear me screaming at the top of my lungs. So this one was COVID. Herbie Kane scored a free kick and then got injured about half a millisecond later. This one, after we'd been relegated, we were promoted back, beaten 2-0. Joe Lumley safe hands again. And then this one was also Joe Lumley safe hands again.
Joe Lumley, please come back. Just this one game.
Can Joe Lumley be the goalkeeper for every single team that we play?
Zach Steffen, you're sacked. Joe Lumley back on.
Joe Lumley's in. And in, I mentioned it in the last preview. Shared Shirts is DannyGraham.com for these next few games. So we're back with Danny Graham. He played for Blackburn. He's also played for Middlesbrough in 2 separate spells. He has also played for Watford and Swansea as well. So if only he played for Luton, then we could finish the season off with a lovely little bit of Danny Graham nostalgia. He was terrible in black and amber. His first spell with Middlesbrough was between 2003 and 2007. In 21 games, he scored 2 goals. He joined us on loan from Swansea for the 2013-14 season, played 18 times, scored once. And then he was recalled by Sunderland from his loan after we signed Nikita Jelavic and Shane Long, added to the Yannick Sagbo we signed along with Danny Graham in the summer as well. He made 18 appearances for Middlesbrough as well, scored 6 times in his second spell with the club. I will see you on Friday for the next instalment of Project Danny Graham.
I'm disgusted. I'm absolutely disgusted.
Why are you disgusted?
You've missed the GOAT. The best striker to ever play for Hull City.
Marcus Forss?
Marcus Forss.
Nah, what you see...
The absolute GOAT. Honestly,
he clearly went in the last preview.
So crap.
You see, Lewis, you clearly went in the last preview, pal, because I made very clear I don't do players who are still playing for either club, because then I've got to update the graphic every time. So I just want to reuse a selection over the period of a few seasons.
Well, I'm disgraced. I'm so disgraced that you've missed the absolute GOAT. Who was
when he leaves Middlesbrough, inevitably, because he doesn't hack it in the Premier League, I'm sure I'll include him in shared shirts again. But
I'm so glad he's injured tomorrow because I just know for sure that he would have scored.
Oh yeah, he would 100% have scored. By the way.
He would have 100% scored. It's just known whenever somebody plays who played for Hull City, they're going to score. It could be the goalkeeper and they'll still find a way to score.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong there, mate. On to my predicted 11. Unchanged. Darlow in goal, back 4, Coyle the captain, Greaves, McLaughlin and Elder at left back. Midfield 3 of Seri, Traore and Slater, with Alayar on the right, Harry Vaughan on the left, and Ozan Tufan up top. That's a weird sentence. The bench, Ingram, there is one change on the bench. Ingram, Doherty, Ebue, Longman, Pelkas, Simons and Alfie Taylor. The one change is Woodsy dropping off for Ryan Longman. You don't look too happy, Lewis.
No. You just know it's probably going to be right because what else can we actually go for? We can't change on.
We can't do anything else. We can't do anything else. Predicted scores, everyone?
Oh, I'm so confident.
Chat, get your predicted scores in. Lewis, thoughts?
It's got to be one of them games where I'm going, but I don't know why I'm going. Because I've got college the next morning. I'll be tired. I'm probably an arse.
Well, that's good to know.
Because you've probably just lost. Because I don't know how you get something against Ely. I'm honest.
Go on, put a scoreline on it.
2-0 Middlesbrough.
Okay, I am going for 1-0 Middlesbrough, but I think we will give a very good account of ourselves.
I think we'll give a decent game. I just think they'll have too much fun.
Let's have a look. Ashley says 2-1 to the Borough. Marcus 0-0.
No, please no. Please no. Marcus, no.
Jensen reckons 2-0 with Tufan on the score sheet. Dean says 5-4 to us. Simon says 1-1. Jeff says we're going to get mauled. And on that note, well, thank you for tuning in, everyone.
Marcus, if it's 0-0, I'll find you somewhere. And I'll blame you. I'll blame you. I will blame you.
If it's 0-0, it all boils down to Marcus.
Yes.
That's what we've established.
Yes.
Unbelievable. And on that note, thank you for joining. Thank you for participating in the stream, Lewis. I shall see you whenever, I suppose.
Yeah.
So take care, mate. And as to everyone watching, thank you for watching. There'll be the typical content for a game that I don't go to tomorrow, i.e. an 8-minute match reaction where I just waffle. And try to give some kind of coherent breakdown of the game for you lot. But yeah, I try my best. Thank you for watching, everyone. Take care. And up the Tigers. Goodbye.